SMT5 has been fully revealed for a while, and we are regularly getting some new info and updates regarding the game. It looks really good from what they have shown, and it's releasing in less than 5 months. As a huge fan of the series, I'm super pumped to play it. So I thought I would just make a quick video on the things that I'm most excited about in the game and what things that I'm somewhat worried about. Let's begin. First, let's start with things I'm most excited about, with number one being the fact that it's a same day worldwide release, which is the first time Atlas has done this for a game. If you have been a fan of the series, you know that the games take a while to get localized. It took Nocturne 20 months to get translated, Strange Journey took 5 months, SMT4 Apocalypse and Persona 5 both took 7 months, and Persona 5 Strikers took a whole year to get localized. Of course, these are nothing compared to something like the Trail series, but still it was very annoying to get the games spoiled just days after they come out in Japan. But with Lost Judgment and now SMT5 having the same day release worldwide, it looks like this is Sega's new strategy to maximize the sales of their games. Well, it sure took a long time, but I'm really happy that they are finally doing it for their niche franchises. Things look bright for the future of Atlas games, and I think we can expect more same-day English releases going forward. The second biggest thing I'm excited about is the graphics. The game looks really good from what they have shown so far. Looks like we are back to third-person camera view during combat, which is a change I really like. The last 3 games had a first-person camera during combat, which is fine, but I like seeing the actual 3D models of the demons way more. The demons themselves look very good, and I like how well each of them is animated. The attack animations and the particle effects look very good. It's also cool seeing how they have accurately scaled the size of demons in the overworld and during battle. And the areas and environments that they have shown so far look pretty decent. The next thing on my list is more of a Switch feature, but I am glad that we will be able to play this game portably. I know this is huge for people who spend most of the time away from their living room, as you can play SMT5 wherever you like. 4 was also on a portable console and looked very good for a 3DS game, but this is just even better. Cause if you're a guy like me who only plays games inside his room, you can play the game on docked mode and get the best experience. It's nice that people have a choice in how they want to play, since I know a lot of JRPG players who absolutely love the option of portability. It's a win-win for everybody. Next up is the soundtrack. I don't remember a single Atlas game that had a bad soundtrack. I still listen to the music of SMT4 and SMT4A to this day. It's some of the best video game OST in my opinion. The main composer for those was Ryota Kozuka, with some additional compositions by Kenichi Tsuchiya and Toshiki Konishi. Their work was phenomenal in those games, and it looks like they're back for the OST of 5. The trailer's music was great, so I absolutely can't wait to listen to the whole thing. I'm really excited to just listen to the various boss themes and overworld tracks that they composed this time. Just can't wait. And the final thing on my list is the fact that it's a new SMT game after 5 years. The last mainline game, SMT4 Apocalypse, which came out in 2016, and it was pretty good, but not as amazing as 4 in my opinion. And also a lot of areas and assets were reused from 4 in that game, which made it feel like more of an expansion than a full new game. So honestly, it feels like it has been 8 years since a new game. I only got into Megaten in 2017, so I guess I can't complain too much, but I am glad the series is finally back in form and is getting marketed really well by both Atlas and Nintendo. Now that I've told you what I'm excited about, here are also 5 things that I'm somewhat worried about. First is the demon count. It's been confirmed that there will be only 214 demons in total. We have already seen 3 new demons and a couple of redesigns. Honestly, I wish there were more. SMT4 had 454 demons in total, so it's a real shame that some of our favorites will not be in this game. And I know that it's a 3D game, so they can't make a model of every single demon. But even Persona 5 Royal had 230 in total. Maybe they will release more in future as DLC. Still, the amount of demons in this seems very low. Not a deal breaker, but still a bummer. Next thing I'm worried about is the performance. Unfortunately, the game was made with the Switch's hardware limitations in mind. In the gameplay footage, we saw that the resolution was kinda low, and there were a lot of texture pop-ins, some frame drops, and the transition from battle to post-screen to game were not smooth at all. With that said, the build of the game they showed off is not final, and there will be a lot of improvements in the final release. Still, I wouldn't expect any huge improvements in resolution or frame rate. Next up is the game's world and environments. I hope the desert area that they have shown in the gameplay is not very long, because I really don't like them. Nocturne and for some time SMT4 both had desert overworlds, which I kinda hated. And again, I know it's a post-apocalyptic setting, so there will be huge wastelands, but just give me something new. Both SMT2 and 4 had some really cool areas, and they nailed the futuristic post-apocalyptic Tokyo setting. Strange Journey had sectors, and each had a different environment. I want 5 to have something similar, along with many other different environments to explore. Just because it's SMT doesn't mean that everything has to be dark and empty, so I hope it's a step up from the previous games in terms of areas. Next, I gotta say I'm not all in on the protagonist's design. I know what they were trying to do with the whole androgynous design. It's just a little too flashy for my tastes. SMT protags have always had a more out there design, but there is just something that doesn't click with me here. Maybe it's the bright purple hair or the Tokukatsu inspired outfit. Not saying that I dislike any of those things, but when the protagonist is running around with his hair soaring in the air, it looks really odd, but that's just me, I guess. Most of the fanbase love the design, so I'm happy either way. And my last complaint is the UI. It's way too identical to Tokyo Mirage Sessions, and did they run out of the budget for the UI or something? That can be, right? So I wonder why they just reuse so many elements straight from Tokyo Mirage Sessions UI. It's really weird. I mean, it doesn't look bad by any means, but I was hoping for a new and more intuitive UI. Not a big deal in the grand scheme of things, but still, I got no other complaints other than that. The game looks fantastic, and apparently it's selling very well on Amazon, US and Japan. The game will most likely sell over 1 million copies, which would be a new milestone for the mainline SMT series. I am excited to finally play it this November, and I'll most likely put up a review for it too, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching the video. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons below for more videos. And I'll see you again soon. Take care.